Today we have Susan Redding of Keller Williams. You've been at Keller Williams for a number of years, top producing agent. You are one of the few that has bought our most expensive inspection, our diamond package.
Really?
Yeah, we sell 4 or 5 of those a month, but not many people go for it.
It was a big property.
Yeah, it was. So tell me, how many years have you been in real estate, and why the heck you're still here?
I'm in my 20th year. And I've not thought about why I'm still here. Probably just because I love it. I love doing what I'm doing. It's all about the people. It's helping people.
Any person that's been in the business for more than just 18 months always says it's a people career first and a transaction career second.
Yeah, it's true. It's a relationship business. It's a people business.
20 years, you've obviously built a lot of relationships.
I have.
And
some good.
Some good.
Some not so good. I do cherish the good ones.
Yeah. Do you have any crazy stories? Any ones that just stand out as over the 20 years as they're not so good?
Oh gosh, it's just every transaction is different. I've had clients die. That's not funny. That's not a crazy story. But I've had one client, a buyer of my listing was deported.
During the transaction?
Right before closing day.
Right before closing day.
Didn't show up. I've had them not return my calls, and that's because they died. You know, just crazy things. That explains why they didn't return the call or show up at closing. But I don't know. There's so many crazy stories.
Yeah.
Showing a property where I thought there was a dead body in the bed because some creative person, rolled up a bunch of pillows and stuck them strategically under the covers and tucked it in. And I went in and turned the light on and went, "Hello?"
Why did they do that?
If you move, I'll throat punch you. I thought it was a person playing a joke, but I did throat punch it, and it was a bunch of pillows.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Just crazy stories. One guy didn't get the notification that we were going to show the property, and I caught him getting out of the shower. Didn't know I was there. I didn't know he was there. We both screamed.
We've done that with the showing time in Broker Bay and the confusion, especially when they very first started switching and no one really knew which one you were using at the time. It wasn't quite clear. We've walked in on people. Just a Sunday afternoon, you just walked in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, an inspector walks in. Yep. But that's been about the worst we've had. I do know some agents that have walked in on people in various states of dress and shower, apparently.
The people you don't want to run into again somewhere because it's awkward.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been with Keller Williams for how many of the 20 years?
I am in my 20th year of real estate, and I left Keller Williams once for a month.
Just a month?
Yeah, I blanked out. I don't know what I was thinking. Lapse of judgment. I was wooed by another brokerage and went over there, and as soon as I got there, I realized, oh no, where am I? How did I get here, and what have I done? It was terrible.
So
I closed the transaction I took with me because I knew that they probably wouldn't pay me if I left. So once it was closed and I had the paycheck, I ran back.
Why then have you stayed so loyal?
Well, I got a taste of the other side.
Right.
That brokerages are not all created equal.
Not even close.
No. And I love the culture at Keller Williams. I love that we're the biggest brokerage in the entire world.
A lot of contacts.
I love that we sell more luxury than any other brand. A lot of people don't know that. And also that 1 out of every 5 KW transactions going on in the MLS right now, or transactions is a KW agent. 1 out of every 5.
So 20% of all the sales.
Yeah, it's Keller Williams.
Okay.
So I love that. But the culture is a big thing. I love that I have the connections all over the world. I have friends that are KW agents in Germany, Spain, Italy, Japan. It's pretty awesome.
Well, you're at a different Keller Williams office. You and I are currently sitting in a different Keller Williams office. There's that camaraderie, I know, with the brand or the continuity. You can go from office to office to office and just sit down and start working.
It's true. Yeah. So if I'm over here and I've got to meet with a client and go over some paperwork, I know that I could borrow a room, if it's closer to where we're going to be looking at properties.
Yep.
So yeah, I love that. I love the people.
Trainings too.
The training is number one. Training Magazine ranked us number 1 in training over all industries, not just real estate. So we are number 1 when it comes to training.
Now you have a little bit of a niche in the luxury market world.
Luxury.
Yeah.
I do love my luxury people.
And how did you navigate into that? Was it by accident or did you
yeah, well,
seek it
yeah.
out?
I mean, I started out as an interior decorator, and I always loved beautiful homes. And one day in 2005, I got my real estate license, and I guess my love of luxury homes led me to the door of real estate to begin with, but then that just wasn't enough. I needed bigger and better. So I started seeking out the luxury properties. And then we moved into a neighborhood that was maybe not even considered luxury at the time. Values are now way over 2 million at that same neighborhood. But we moved there. I created relationships. I started a market report. I followed the market closely every month. I still do the market update every single month, exactly on the first day of the month, because if I do it on the second day of the month, those numbers could be different. I was in South Korea one year, and I ran the numbers exactly on the first day of the month. I was in Italy one year, and I ran those numbers exactly on the same
Why
day of
are
that
you
month.
so stringent about that?
Because if you do it on the second day, the numbers could be different. A property could sell, or the days on market grew. I mean, and so I compare it year over year in my market report that I send out to the neighborhood, keeping my finger on the pulse of the market. But I think that they all appreciate it. A lot of them come to me and say, "I really love your market update." So I think it's worthwhile, and people know that I know that market.
And how do you get your clients that information?
I post it on the Facebook page I created for that neighborhood, and I send it on postcard.
Postcard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of agents,
Phone
they'll have a
calls.
lot of different. So I know some agents that literally go door to door. Some agents are big email campaign or text campaign, and everyone kind of finds their niche. And a lot of agents that have been in the business for a short period of time, they're looking for that magic formula.
Mm-hmm.
And so many senior agents say there isn't one. It's you just got to find your audience and what works for you.
Yeah.
And obviously, you found that with
Yeah.
the Facebook group, postcards. What else is it that you're doing to keep your? Because you got repeat clients, obviously,
Yes.
for 20 years. You've got a few.
Yeah. These people move out of that neighborhood, and they continue to use my real estate group, the Redding group. My husband is on my team. My son's on my team.
Okay.
And we have 2 part-time admins. I'm about to hire a full-time admin. But it's all about the people. It's about staying in touch with the people. That was your question, right? I mean, and what's my favorite thing to do? Happy hours, client events. I like to pull them together. I like to do giveaways. Reverse prospecting, not really reverse prospecting, but we call it reverse bold 100, where you can call 100 people a day and be bold. Call 100 people in a day. But I do it reverse. I send out a notification to my database and say, you know what? If you will call me Monday between noon and 5, I'll enter you into a chance to win a $300 gift certificate, dinner for 2. And my phone blows up from noon to 5. And if they can give me a referral of somebody they know is going to be buying or selling in the next 6 months, I'll give them 2 entries.
Okay.
So they have a better chance of winning. So I love doing that. I think people look forward to that. We've given away a Blackstone grill or griddle, the flat top griddles.
Right.
We gave away a few of those. I give away dinner at Valentine's Day and a reservation. I make the reservation way in advance. And then just tell them, like at Capitol Grill, can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I made a reservation at Dallas, Plano, and Fort Worth, and I let them decide. You just won your gift card for Valentine's dinner. Which location do you prefer?
Which one do you want?
Yeah. So there's a reservation there waiting for you. But I love doing that. I love the client events. I love sponsoring events.
But just like you said,
Much like you.
Yeah.
You sponsor events
I do
and
a
you
lot of that.
provide whatever it is you're doing, and I like to do that too.
Well, I mean, you said at the beginning, client over transaction, and that's exactly what you do. You make your client feel at home with you, special with you, and then they know they can call you and trust you. Even if they're not going to buy or sell with you, you're a trusted agent.
Yes.
And then maybe they're not going to buy or sell with you, but later on, one of their friends needs an agent, and they go,
Oh yeah.
Susan's the person for
Their
you.
kids.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've had these people send me their newly married adult children.
Yeah.
I had one referral for a property in South Lake. It was a lady in the neighborhood I farm in Flower Mound. She had her house listed with some other agent and referred me to one of her good friends in Southlake, another luxury property. Not the agent who had her house listed. That's kind of crazy.
She's probably waiting for that contract to end and then call you.
It has ended.
Has she called you?
No,
No?
I've been in touch though.
She will,
You just,
probably.
I'm reminding myself now I need to call her again. I'll do
There you
that today.
go. Yeah, write it down.
Yeah, I'll do that today. So I love what I do. It is all about the people. It's about making people feel special. It's about making them feel like this is all about them. There's a lot of agents who boast. My new listing. Oh, I just pounded my microphone. Did that just make a noise?
No.
My this, we did this. Look at just sold, just listed. We. It's all about making it about them, our clients, our families that we've helped.
Right. That's a big thing. Yeah. Now with that, obviously, element inspection's my business. You always guide your clients to 3 inspection companies.
Yep.
But you have to pick the ones that you really like. And one of your clients recently purchased our diamond package, which includes a mold and air quality assessment.
Thank God all that turned out okay.
Yeah, it did. Most of the time it does.
It was an older house. I was a little concerned.
But when I hear you taking care of your clients, you go, you know what? I know a company that will go way above the standard scope, way above the standards.
Yeah.
You got to pay for it, obviously.
Yes.
Well, it's an
the
expensive.
high net worth individuals have
Yes,
a little more money.
they do.
And they do want the best of the best. They want to fly first class. They want to shop at Neiman's, where the cashier walks around the counter and hands them the bag. I mean, they want the extra touch, you
Yes.
know, and you provided that extra touch.
Yeah.
And the fact that there was an issue now, I don't even know what it was. You made me so happy with it all. You were talking with me well after hours on your
Yeah.
personal time to get something ironed out. Or I think we were looking for a result or something.
So the person that's licensed to get the air samples and mold samples then takes those samples, sends them to a laboratory. The laboratory turns it around with the results, and then he writes a report. The lab was really backed up, and their normal 2-day turnaround
Yep, that's what it was.
turned into like a 3.5
Yeah,
day turnaround.
and we were ending our option period, and I was kind of in a state of panic. I haven't seen the report.
Yeah.
Is this
and
good
so
news or bad news?
we were able to.
And it was good.
Yeah, we were
And
able to
you made it all
move
perfect.
through. Yeah,
So yeah,
of
I will
course.
never forget that.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's the same thing. It's customer service.
And they chose you.
Yep.
Because of Murphy.
Murphy, yes.
They're dog people.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
We donate 5% of the profits to animal shelters.
Yeah. And now I think they would choose you again just because of the job you guys did.
Good.
Yeah.
I like hearing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You have some statistics here.
I do. I was just kind of playing around with MLS data for the past 90 days, looking at how long right now properties are staying on the market. And I know that our market's heating up. So I think that
We're getting
things-
busy. We're
good.
getting very busy.
That's an indicator too.
Yes.
And we're seeing some multiple offers on certain properties. And I got a really hard to sell property. I'm not going to say where it is. It's not in my name. It's in somebody on my team's name.
Yeah.
But it's been really difficult to sell. And even that, I'm having almost daily showings now. Thank you. But, Dallas County, over the past 90 days, about 61 days on market average. Collins, 67 days. Denton County, 79 days. So for luxury properties, these are all over $1 million.
Do you stage your luxury
Yes.
properties? Yeah.
Almost always, because sometimes these homes are just already so beautifully, professionally decorated. They're just maybe, it's great for living, but for staging and putting it on the market, it's a product on the market now. It needs to be perfect. Let's just get these little chairs out of here. We can move things around a
Well,
little
when
bit.
you're talking about the $1 million and up price range, people are expecting. I do notice that it's the white glove experience, and when they walk in, they kind of want to visualize what's it going to be like if it's professionally decorated, and if you have a good staging team, and like
Yeah.
yourself, you can do decorating.
Yeah,
You can
that's
help.
I started as an interior decorator,
Right.
and then as soon as I got my real estate license, I got my staging accreditation, so I
Okay.
could combine the two. So I am a stager, but I focus more on getting the house sold. And it's easier to
Well, then
bring
do
a
you-
stager in and let the stager hurt their feelings than me saying, "Oh, that's horrendous. Get that out of here."
So
Pay the
then you
stager to
bring
do
in
it.
a staging company
I
just
do.
to okay.
I do. You know, I can give staging advice. You know,
Right.
that bench is in the way. We're gonna just get that out of the hallway, or you know, too many pieces
Well,
of artwork.
that leads to a different topic that I think a lot of agents struggle with. You obviously know your skill set where you focus the most amount of your time to yield the best results. Even though you have the skill set for staging, it's probably more advantageous for you to say, call this company,
Yeah.
call this company to clean the
Leverage.
windows, call this company
Yes.
to get this done.
Yeah.
We need a little sprucing up on the paint. And then you kind of separate yourself from that and you focus. Because I know a lot of agents that go, I want to take care of my clients all the way. Yeah, take care of them, but give them the trusted names.
Yes.
Don't be the stager, the window cleaner.
Yeah, you can't be all of it. I mean, when you go to the doctor's office, you know, well, if you let's just say you're having surgery, the day before the surgery, someone calls you to tell you, don't forget you have surgery. Don't eat anything after midnight. Typically, it's someone from the staff or from the team.
The doctor's not calling you.
Right. And then when you go the next morning, how are you going to feel if the doctor's at the desk signing you in?
Right, no, you want him in the back preparing for surgery.
I know. You know, so it's kind of the same
so-
thing. It's a well-oiled machine, and we have certain people who do certain things and help us get to the point.
I try and relay that to so many agents that are on that brink of, they're doing maybe 10 million a year. And it's like, do you have a TC yet? Do you have a virtual assistant? Do you have this? Because if you don't, it's going to be really difficult for you to get to that next level. And they go, no, I've done it myself this whole time. I can continue. But you said you had 2 virtual assistants.
One's virtual,
Okay.
one's local.
All right.
Yeah.
They do TC work for you?
No, I have a TC also.
Okay.
Just handles the transactions.
See that, guys? Just hire out.
Yeah, I have a
your
transaction
life
coordinator who's in our office, and she knows our system and she knows our stuff, our database, and all the things. Then the virtual does a lot of web stuff for me. He's setting up our Google presence and all this from afar. And then I got another lady who does my postcards and some marketing pieces for me. But yeah, it's important. You can't be bogged down with doing all this stuff. I'm way better at being belly to belly, face to face, eye to eye with people.
Your lane.
I'm staying in my lane.
Yep.
And I can't get your property sold if I'm not out there networking or brushing up on my education, my negotiation skills, taking classes, training, getting on the phone and prospecting.
Yeah.
I have this great house. Lewis has this great house. Do you have a buyer? Oh, no? Okay. And call the next guy. I can't do that and sell your property if I'm bogged down with all the admin stuff.
You're buying...
If that makes sense.
It's relatable in both personal life and business. You only have a finite amount of time. You're buying time for you to be the most efficient in what you do best.
Right.
Because you can make more, if you spent time doing your accounting yourself, you look at how many hours is it going to take me versus my accountant, how much am I paying him per hour? I make more than that long time it's going to take me to do it. So I should stay focused in my lane and let them do it and pay them.
Right.
And I'm going to end up making more money.
Exactly. Yes.
I have someone to mow my lawn. I have someone to take care of a lot of things for me in my
Clean
life.
your house, probably.
Because
somebody does this. Yeah.
I want that time to do, one, so I can be most efficient at work, not worrying about these things. And two, when I'm done with work, I'm done with everything.
Yeah.
And then I can go do my adventures. I can go in the woods. And
Look at a CEO of any business. I mean, he typically has a receptionist, someone answering
have
the
5
phone.
or 6
They have a
people.
secretary, executive administrative assistant. I mean, nobody can just do it all by themselves.
No.
When you get to a certain point, and Gary Keller says, don't hire out of pain. Don't get to the point where, oh my gosh, I've got to hire someone. I'm so busy, I can't keep up with this. Then you're going to hire out of pain. You're going to make the bad hire.
Right.
Be slow to hire, quick to fire.
Yes.
Hire
But plan
someone
ahead
when things are calm. Take your time, and then it's a 3-month commitment. Get them in there. See if they've boosted your business at all, and if not, out.
I've been waiting for project management, someone to come in and be able to help me with I have a construction business, kitchen, bathroom remodels.
You do?
Yep, I do.
I did not know this.
Yeah. Specializing in luxury homes, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You should talk about this more.
I don't normally. We honestly have more business than I can handle, so I need to hire a project manager, and I've been just keeping my eyes peeled. 5 or 6.
Talent.
Yeah, 5 or 6 people have crossed my path, and no one has been. If I hired them, they'd be a body that did 50% of what I want them to do, and I'd be frustrated with them later. I don't need that person. I need someone that's actually going to do the job 100%.
Yeah.
And so I wait until I find that person that I can cut loose and say, handle all this stuff, and then I can fire myself from those
Yes.
individual roles and focus on the growth of the company.
Yeah, and in my case, I'm no secretary. It's best to hire someone who's better at that than I am. But I love what I do. It's all about the people. I do believe with my luxury clients in surprise and delight. I have a surprise and delight system that one of our KW luxury leaders came up with.
Okay.
And every step of the transaction, every milestone, there's a different little something that comes their way.
Okay. All right.
Like right after
A little
the,
surprise.
I give away all my secrets here, but I love to help other people, so I'll tell you. So after my listing presentation, that evening they'll receive warm cookies from Toast Treats.
Okay.
That gets me the listing almost every time because all the other agents they talked to didn't do that.
Yeah.
And they got cookies for their family, and they're warm, and they're like, oh my God, what a great touch. But, you know, the signing of the listing agreement, day of photography.
Literally a warm touch.
Going on to the MLS, literally. Going on to the MLS, getting an offer, waiving of contingencies, all this. These are milestones in the transaction, and always, it doesn't have to be very expensive, but just little thoughtful gifts along the way. It doesn't have to be one big expensive closing gift, but surprise and delight. And it's best to even send it to their office so that when they open their little gift, everybody else is like, what's that? Another gift from your realtor? Do you have her card?
Right. You say giving away secrets. I adamantly disagree. This right here, me having this podcast with top producing agents, yields a great amount of business because I start a relationship. You know me on a little bit better level now. We'll stay in touch. And it yields a relationship that you can then just call me and say, hey, all of the people that I've done these with, they now feel comfortable to be like, hey, my client didn't use you, but I don't really like what I'm seeing here. Do you mind just answering a couple questions? Absolutely. Use me as a wealth of knowledge. But this works very well to get me business. And I'm in an inspection coaching group. It's called Inspector Empire Builder. And there's 200 inspection companies in it. And I have said this exact formula in front of about 100 of them. And not a single one of them has done it. Even though it's yielded amazing results. When it seems like it's difficult to do or an extra little bit, you could tell every person in this office to send treats after your listing appointment, and one would do it. It's just people don't.
Yeah.
That's why people like you have stuck around for 20 years.
Well, and also I hang around people who are smarter than me.
That's a key too. Yeah.
And I listen to the people who are smarter and more productive than I am, and I just don't forget these little things that they share. It sticks with me.
Ben Baker said, fly with the eagles. The guys that are at the top, get in their circle and listen.
You know what else he said, which I think is very interesting? I think he's the one who said it, that he likes having an office at our office on the 4th floor because he gets a better education just standing in the hallway talking with other top producers than he does in any classroom or training event we have.
Little nuggets.
Just talking with other top producers and then having the chance to bounce things off of them. And we have these virtual brokerages now, and they call and try to recruit me all the time. And I'm thinking, no way. First of all, our culture can't be beat.
Right.
Next, I can't sit at home virtually and do anything. I'm going to be thinking, I've got to get something out to thaw for dinner. I've got to throw that load of laundry in the dryer. My fridge is a mess. I got to sort the fridge. I got to clean out this. And then the next thing you know, my day is gone. And I was so inundated with little tasks at home. I like to be at office where I focus and I can go down the hall and talk to my team leader. I have an issue. I have a question. What should I do? Is there a form for that I'm unaware of? I like having access to. I love my office. I love everything about my office, KW in general.
100%.
But Ben Baker, he's awesome, top notch.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're giving away any secrets, and the top producers are going to stay the top producers. Yeah. Especially picking up these little nuggets. You just keep adding little things to your formula that works so well. Yeah,
It is like pulling teeth sometimes to get other agents to
reveal something.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, here's how you do it. And then they go do it their way and they fail. Not that I always succeed. So I fail a lot. I fail forward. But to go to the training and to be in the office and to talk with the other top producers. And we teach classes.
Well, I
and,
see you sitting in the, when I do my little spiel, I've seen you sitting in the classes.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sitting in the classes.
Yeah.
I'm there, but I also help lead certain other things, like the luxury committee. I co-chair that. Luxury community group. I teach for sell by owners and expired listings to new incoming agents once a month. A bunch of top producers get together and teach different topics to the new agents. I love mentoring. I think that's what it's all about. Is Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll have everything you want in life.
everything you want in life. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Russ Amber says that to me almost every time I see him.
Yeah. Just pay it forward, you know. I remember being a brand new agent walking down the hall at Keller Williams. I had a friend who wanted to write an offer on a HUD home. You don't see a lot of those now, but it was a whole different animal. It wasn't on our normal contract. She had to get online and do something scary.
Okay.
To me at the time, it was scary. It was
Right.
intimidating. I didn't know what to do. And I think it was a Sunday afternoon. I went to our office and I was running down the hall screaming, "Who knows how to write a HUD offer?" Some stranger popped out of his office. His name was Stoney Grimes. I don't know if he would ever watch this, but I'll never forget him. He popped out of his office and said, "Come here." And he pulled up a chair and he sat down at the computer and he gave me a notepad and told me to take notes. And he logged in, he went through the process and showed me what to do. I'll never forget that. He didn't even know me. And my client decided not to write that offer after all that,
But you gain the knowledge.
but that was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about. And I want to be that agent to every agent that I meet who's scared or doesn't know what they're doing. I've had plenty of agents sitting at my desk, not pounding my chest or patting my back, but I love being a part of a brokerage where all of us are the same way. Community.
Right.
Yeah.
Teresa's good at creating a good community
Oh my
in your
gosh.
office as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's such a leader.
She is.
She's in the Leader Hall of Fame. Did you
I
know
was
that?
going to say she's a Hall of Fame. Yeah. Of course she is.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
Everybody loves Teresa. She's beautiful. She's hilarious. She's smart.
She gets stuff done.
She knows her numbers.
Yeah.
Speaking of numbers,
Yes.
so I just wanted to put this plug in there because it's so important. As I said, I think I told you, KW sells more luxury than any other brand.
Yeah.
So the numbers in U.S. and Canada, we did almost 45,000 last year in 2023 luxury transactions, just all U.S. and Canada, totaling $75 billion worth of business. I think that's just incredible. And you got these
75
luxury
billion.
brands that people just think those are the luxury brands. Well, really, a lot of people don't know. Keller Williams sells more luxury than anybody. Texas was number 4. Following California, then it was Ontario, then it was Florida. But I mean, Texas, I mean, they're just coming here. And most of them are paying cash.
Florida. Well, Miami.
Those
and all
beach
the-
properties.
Yeah, those are big. Those are pricey.
Yeah, they are. California's worse.
You going to get licensed in Florida?
No,
Okay. You're fine here.
no. I don't have time for that. But,
Are you growing the team?
and I don't even really care for Florida because, my hair. It's just always,
Fair point.
It's
okay.
humid.
Okay. I love Florida.
Yeah, I like
But
it okay
again,
for a short period of time. Yeah.
Are you growing the team? You like where you're at?
I would love to grow my team. I'd love to have some buyer's agents.
Well, agents, we're going to put all your info in the description, so
Okay.
have some people reach out to you.
But I'm so excited about my first full-time assistant. She's a licensee with a different brokerage. We did a transaction years ago together. Don't call them deals, call them transactions. I mean, there's a drug deal, there's a car deal, but a home is a transaction. Anyway, sorry. But I came across her. She was a listing agent. I had a buyer. And I'll never forget, I pulled up early for the first time in my life to something. And I was sitting in my car and listening to Bluetooth radio and playing with my phone because I was so early. And all of a sudden, that alarm went off on my phone. The horrible weather, it jolted me because it was so loud. And I looked up and everything was green and blowing. And I went, oh no. And then I looked and it said a tornado is on the ground in your area, take cover immediately. Well, of everything I've ever learned about a tornado, being in your car is probably not the best place to be.
No.
And so I quickly gathered my things.
You don't have good luck with cars and weather, do
Oh
you?
my gosh, don't get me started.
Finish this and then
I jumped out of the car, running up to the house, called the agent on the sign, and there she was. I said, I'm early. there's a tornado on the ground. Can I come in not as an agent but as a human, just because it's probably safer? She said, yes, they're not home. Go on in.
Yeah.
I went in, threw things down, ran through the house looking for a place that might be safe, and I found the laundry room. So I ran back to grab my things, thinking I got to at least have my phone so I can tell my people where I am,
Yep.
so they can find me in a tree or something later in the area. And I saw my client standing in the street looking up at the sky, and I ran and said, "Get in here!" Anyway, it was kind of funny. They bought the house, and I've stayed friends with her forever. And she's brilliant, and she's such a good organizer and admin. Anyway, yes, bad luck with weather.
Brand new car.
Drove it off the showroom floor.
What, 3 weeks or something?
It was 3 weeks prior.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even make a payment yet. Still had paper plates. And I never buy brand new. This is my 6th Lexus or 7th Lexus, and I always buy them about a year old.
Yeah, good deal. Mm-hmm.
But another boy in December had lost control of his car, spun into me when I was sitting still trying to merge with traffic. He did some stupid move, spun into me, totaled my car. So I finally found the car that would do, and 3 weeks later, the hail hit.
The pictures on Facebook. Unbelievable.
It looks like I was caught in a war zone. It's
glass
biblical.
blown out.
Biblical. That's the
Dents
only
this
thing.
big in the car. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Wild.
Yeah. I had glass in my lap.
I know.
A hail ball sitting on the passenger seat next to me. I picked it up. I don't know how long it had been there, but it melted. It was bigger than that, than the picture you saw.
Yeah, yeah, crazy.
But the first one hit, something bounced next to me on my left, and it bounced as high as my car off the street, and I went, whoa, that golf ball almost hit. I'm not near a golf course. And before I could finish that thought, boom, 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 like somebody
Isn't
was playing
it unbelievably
the drums
loud?
with a baseball bat. Yes, I couldn't hear myself scream.
So loud.
It was terrifying. I never want to go through that again. But now they're talking about totaling my car.
Another new car.
I'm going to know more today.
Okay.
I don't want to have a new car. I already started bonding with that. I gave it a name.
Well, short-lived. Sometimes relationships don't last that long.
I guess. I don't know what that's trying to tell me, but anyway, we'll see. I'm just when the clouds are overcast, I get a little PTSD. Go put it in the garage.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, before we run out of time, do you have words of wisdom for some new agents, perhaps? Because a lot of new agents want to know the secret. 20 years, top producer.
Never stop learning. Never stop growing.
Okay.
Be growth-minded. Have a growth mindset. Listen to people. Go to training. Get in with a brokerage who knows what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Proven success. Training. Never stop. And have conversations.
Always learning.
Study the market. Study your craft. Be good at what you do.
Yeah. I would echo that those top producers will commonly say, I know nothing and I'm always learning. And people that don't really make it always think they know everything, but really...
Well, just when I think I've seen everything, I'll tell you that much.
Right.
There's
yeah,
something new.
else pops up. Exactly. So
Yeah.
always be learning. Always be curious.
Yeah.
Be humble.
Always give back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have commission breath. Make it all about the person. Make it about the people, the family you're helping. And that they'll refer you. They'll be lifelong clients. Create an experience, not just good customer service. Always make everything an experience. Something they'll talk about for the rest of their lives. Good customer service, they'll talk about you for a few months. An experience, they'll talk about you forever.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I completely agree.
That's my advice. Create the experience.
Well, I've had a lovely time chatting with you.
Thank you.
Learned a lot.
Not as nervous as I was at the beginning.
Good. Maybe we'll try it again in a few months.
Yeah.
Just ease into it, beanbag chairs.
Yeah, I'll go learn some more stuff and come share with you.
There you go. Until then, I'm going to put all of your info in the description. People that might be wanting to add to the team or some clients.
Or questions about our brokerage.
There you go. All right.
Happy
Thank
help.
you. Thanks
for
for
having
watching,
me.
guys. Yeah, absolutely. See you on the next one.